Go and fire yourself, Dirk Cutter, feel free. I mean, what have you done? I mean, the fact of the matter is I had questions as to whether or not he deserved the job when he got it because I thought that they screwed over Lovie Smith. And that's number one. But you got the job because you had ingratiated yourself with Jameis Winston. You were his buddy. You were the guy that was supposed to bring out the best in him and all of this other stuff. And you've been the coach now going on your third year. You're in your third season as the head coach, and you're trending in the wrong direction. 9-7 your first year, 5-11 last year, and now look at how horrid you've been looking over the last couple of weeks. That's number one. I'm not advocating that he gets fired. Please don't get me wrong, because you got to go through the season. Let's see what happens, because a couple of weeks ago we weren't saying that about him. What I am saying is that if you want to sit up there and say that about yourself, particularly on an afternoon after that performance like that, fine, so be it. That's what you want to do, feel free. Because in the end, what we have is this situation. You're going to have some people that point to Ryan Fitzpatrick, you should have stuck with him, okay? Yeah. You don't take him out after halftime or whatever. Look, there are too many people that have looked at Ryan Fitzpatrick throughout his career. And let me say this. I think Ryan Fitzpatrick is above average. I think he can ball. How he looked the first 2 weeks, 3 weeks even, when they lost the fifth week to do over 400 yards. He was absolutely phenomenal. Here's my problem. Everybody who knows the NFL talks about eventually you will see this Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yes, and on that note, I never got to ask you the question, though. Will Jameis Winston prove that he's the franchise quarterback? We know the off-the-field transgressions were concerns about him on the field as well. Do you believe that'll earn the job back?
My direct answer to that question is no with Dirk Cutter as the coach. I'm not a believer. But I have seen, look at what happened. We were talking about Jared Goff being a nightmare. And look at what Sean McVay has done for him. Yep. What if Jameis Winston ended up getting a Sean McVay caliber? That's all I mean by that. With Dirk Cutter, the answer would be no. But if you found somebody that can peel out whatever's inside of Jameis Winston the way Sean McVay has done with Goff in L.A., then I would still believe in Goff. I don't believe in Jameis Winston and Cutter. I do believe in Jameis Winston with a better coach.
Yeah, McVay and Shanahan and these guys, there aren't that many of those kind of guys out there. You know, I always talk about the bell curve. So on the far right side, that's where you get the real excellence. Right. By definition, when you're compared to 31 others, there are only going to be a few who are really excellent, and Jameis doesn't have one of those guys.
Okay.
But I think the answer is no. I don't think he's a franchise quarterback. And I think that's the same with I keep bringing up Trubisky, and I keep bringing up Blake Bortles, and Jameis Winston, to me, fits in with those guys. High pick, in his case, #1 overall. Supposed to be a franchise quarterback because he's big and strong with an arm. Lacks accuracy down the field. I mean, look, the irony of Jameis Winston is, for all the off-the-field stuff, which is a problem, it makes you not like the guy when you hear about this stuff. But his on-the-field leadership qualities, when I see, look better to me than Bortles or Trubisky. He looks like an on-the-field leader. It seems as though he has some of that stuff that guys like playing with him. He's not a competent quarterback, guys.
No, the knock on him has been being turnover prone.
Fitzpatrick, you said he's above average. He's above average, way above average as a backup. As a starter, he's at best average because he's inconsistent.
I was just talking about overall.
Yeah, but he's competent, basically. And you see what a competent quarterback could do with those offensive weapons. Jameis had those offensive weapons, and he put up okay numbers with the same offensive weapons that Fitzpatrick was lighting it up with. He's not accurate down the field.
Fair enough. Interceptions, fumbles, completion percentage. All those things, to me, favor Fitzpatrick in a Tampa Bay uniform than it does with Jameis Winston. But I'm talking upside here. I'm looking at a Tampa Bay defense that is porous. I'm looking at an offense with Mike Evans, O.J. Howard, and Deshaun Jackson that could really, really make some noise, okay? If you can give them anything defensively, this team, to me, can do some things, even with Jameis Winston as your quarterback. I look at Fitzpatrick. I'm not trying to sit there and say that Jameis right now is better than Fitzpatrick, because I don't necessarily believe that. I think he's a better talent, but I don't think his level of production is better than Ryan Fitzpatrick. What I'm saying is, collectively as a team, once you figure these guys out as the season progresses, I believe that Jameis Winston has the opportunity. He has the position to push himself forward more so than Ryan Fitzpatrick, because I think Ryan Fitzpatrick has shown what he is.
All right, let's leave it there. And we go to the NFC East when we come back. The Cowboys escape with a win over the Lions to pull even with the defending champs, but are they a threat to the Eagles? Will Kane will join us with that answer. The G-Men lose again. No. Does this prove they made a mistake giving Odell Beckham his contract? We'll discuss.